Hello, Grady. Hello, how are you?
I'm very well. Yourself?
I'm all tentacles today. I've been caught up. I don't know what's going
on. Do you ever know what's going on?
No, I don't think I do. Yeah, for an aspiring, world-dominating octopus, I'm quite. I'm all tentacles when it comes to these things. So the first thing I'm going to do when I come in power, I'm going to get rid of the internet. No more YouTube for anyone. You can all have Discord for all I care.
Oh well, yes, we could too. Yes.
That's right. And it's good to see you, those in the chat. Grumpy Granny has slapped together a very Grumpy Granny-esque poor overlay.
Yes, well, yeah, I tried, but yeah, you didn't save it properly and put it in properly, so
Yeah, well, that's right. We're not gonna bring that attention.
We'll fix it by next time.
That's right. Yeah, it looks good. I've made some suggestions, as in that we just go back to the plain white background, because nothing screams power than a plain white background. But other than that, no, it looks good. But like Granny said, that she'll go back to the drawing board and try and fix it up, because she's more the technical person in this equation, which is quite scary when you think about it.
It is actually, isn't it? And I think too, like it's probably just as well it didn't come out properly as an overlay, because the octopus picture would cover up your octopus head, because your head's so bloody big.
That's right. Well, like I said, I prefer extremely good looking, but hey, I'll take big as well.
Yeah. Yes.
And what's been going on, Granny? Have you been annoying anyone else this week?
Well, I did an impromptu, as you know, live stream yesterday, showing off what I got for $20, which was pretty good. And it turned out I had 53 garments in there, and that's without counting in all the, the other little bits and pieces of, what do you call it? Flatware, or whatever they call spoons and knives and forks.
I think it's pronounced crap, isn't it?
No. Look, I've got these here. Oops. These should go all right. They're little cocktail forks, and there's 6 of them, and they're Oneida, and so they're a good brand. They should go all right.
I have no need for your human cutlery, so I won't be buying them off you. But before we go further, we'll say hello to the chat. Okay, Farn's in. Welcome to another episode of the World Domination Hour. That's right.
Good morning.
I think it rolls off the tongue better than the Power Hour, but World Domination Hour sounds good. Hello, Wendy. How are you?
Morning, Wendy.
The StreamYard link, if you're that way inclined, you're more than welcome to pop in and say hello.
Pop in and say hello.
We have a GoFundMe page for Pippi the Golden Retriever. I'll touch base a little bit later about that, but that's the GoFundMe page if you're so way inclined. Rob, Octo, you've got to watch out. She's swiped a bag of cutlery from the nursing home. That's right. Well, I won't get too controversial, but apparently the last person that had swiped some cutlery in a nursing home didn't go too well for her. Morning, Cindy. How are you going?
Morning, Cindy.
She plans to tie your tentacles and toss you the squiddly harbour bridge. That's right. She's been sizing my tentacles up for some concrete boots.
Yeah, thanks for the idea, Rob.
Morning, Anthony. How you going, mate?
Morning, Anthony.
Mary the cat. Hello, everyone. Been a couple of weeks since I've got on a live one. Might be temporarily changed my profile pitch to the real me. I thought that was the real you.
Yes.
I've been living a lie. Morning, Ken. How you going?
Morning, Ken.
I'm slowly catching up on the Ken vs. 10 episode that you just released, I think, yesterday or the day before for us. But I have watched your Reseller Clickbait podcast, which was good. For those that haven't, in the chat, slide over or slither over to Ken's either SSK promo or the Reseller Clickbait podcast as well. He's got a couple of good shows. Hi, Mary. Hi, Australia. Made it for a good to see you both. Well, welcome back.
Hello, Marianne. How are you?
What time is it over there at the moment, Marianne? Is it around about 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 9 p.m.? Yeah, she's not very creative with her talents, put it that way.
Yeah, it's actually a picture of the bottom of the Yarra River.
Yeah, she was trying to put an X on there to tell everyone where the Octo lair was, but I cut that out.
Yeah.
Morning, Liz. It's good to see
Liz.
you. I do like the overlay. I was just watching a fish tutorial, a fish YouTube channel before this. Oh, okay. Well, each to their own, I suppose. Well, that's right. I see lots of fishes every day, and a lot of sea snakes as well.
Yes.
Graham's in the chat. Good morning, Graham.
Morning, Graham.
Bronny. I almost read that as Brony then.
Good morning, Bronny.
Speaking of bronies, it's Chris Furlong. Hey, Chris, how you going?
Good morning, Chris. I hope you're feeling well today.
Yeah, so Chris is heading off to the Philippines soon. So he's his own little world domination tour. So that's good to see. Hopefully he has fun over there.
Yeah, well, hopefully he might even have some internet when he gets over there.
Everyone cares about Chris for some reason.
Yeah.
Still alive, but one day at a time. We'll go back to work tomorrow. That's good.
No, that's not what he says. It says go back to docs tomorrow, not work.
Well, the same thing. Well, it's about time that docs are caught up to him. For, exchanging all those backpacks for kids. So, so for those overseas, docs is our child protection service.
Yes.
So I don't know what you'd call it.
Department of Child Protection. It is.
Yeah. So.
Or Department of Children is actually the title, I think.
Yeah. So long story short, they remove children from troubled homes and troubled situations. So let's welcome Ken. Morning, Maz. How are you?
Good morning, Maz.
Finished my halter today. Oh, that's good.
Yes. So Chris has been wearing a halter with a heart monitor and stuff on for a couple of days. So
I thought he was wearing a corset.
Keeping track of him.
Oh, it's 6:10 p.m. in Maine. Okay, where's Maine? That's in Florida, isn't it? Is that Florida?
In Florida. No.
I have no idea. I'll let everyone in a little secret. I failed geography at high school.
Really? Gee.
Yeah, you can't tell. All right. So next thing I do after we get off this live, I'm going to go research all the different states because I know that it is a state, though, isn't it? It's not
it is. It is.
I was thinking,
I don't know where it is.
In Miami.
Yeah, I actually don't know where Maine is, but I do know that it's a state, at least.
Well, I've just alienated all our American audience. That's all right. Had Grumpy Granny's rap song stuck in my head for days. Well, yeah, for days. Jeez. Yeah. Well, we're on a fellow podcast, fellow live show the other day, Soda City Flips, Shane. I don't know if he's going to slither into the chat, but he was talking up Grumpy Granny's exploits in the rapping scene, and it's quite taken the world by storm. Unfortunately, I didn't think it was that impressive, but they're all dribbling over it. So
they are. Archie from Biscuit Butt, he's pretty impressed.
Hey, I think Archie is Biscuit Butt. He's not from Biscuit Butt.
Well, you know what I mean, though. Yeah.
Oh, he's clarified that the docs is the doctors. He's not being chased for the backpacks. Go back to the doctor for further assessment. Okay, thank you for clarifying that. I'm glad. I'll probably take off. Oh, morning, Cara. How are you?
Good morning, Cara.
Department. Everyone's talking about docs. We've moved on from that. Opposite end of Florida. See, I told you I was close to Florida. There we go.
Okay.
So I'll let you in a little hint, Marianne. When I take over the world, when I specifically take over America, I'm going to make Maine a city next to Florida. So, right. The octopus will always be right at one point in time. Put it that way. Morning, Bronwyn. How are you?
Good morning, Bronwyn.
What's been happening, Granny? We've actually caught up with the chat for once, which is surprising.
It is. It's a bloody miracle, and I'm trying to work out why I can't hear all that well, and I haven't even got my headphones plugged in.
Oh, well, that's good. Well, we're hoping that people couldn't hear you, but unfortunately, you're coming through loud and clear.
Well, you're sounding very well. I can hear you, but you're a bit quiet because this computer hasn't got very good speakers on it. So
well, let me know in the chat if I'm not coming through. I've moved the microphone and I've turned Bob off, so hopefully I'm coming through loud enough. But
yes,
I'm in the process of trying to find a microphone that can cut through the water a lot better than the current one I've got.
I'm a bit delirious. I've been awake since 4 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I did see you harassing my beloved Josh Goltz this morning. I hope I got it right that time.
I did, and he's been in and watched one of our podcasts and was giving us a really nice shout out on his live stream this morning, which was great.
I heard a rumor that's why he moved to Canada to get far away from us as he can.
Probably.
Yeah. 517 17 in a can. Oh, I can't even pronounce that one. Can you?
Kansas. Is it Arkansas?
Arkansas,
it?
is it? No, it's
Yes.
not Arkansas. Is it? I don't know. I've been watching too many Batman films, like Arkham Asylum. So every time I see it, I always think of Arkham. So we're not trying to insult everyone. We've insulted enough people this last week. So
Yes, apparently.
there's not enough Discord rooms to go around, Leanne.
Perhaps you might be able to actually tell us which one of us has got the pronunciation right.
Or you could just use the StreamYard link and give us a geography lesson if you like.
That's
just
right. You could just click on the StreamYard link and come in and talk to us in person, kind of in person.
In my world, it means Department of Corrections. Oh, well, that's all possibly right. Yeah, well,
maybe Chris is going back to the Department of Corrections. Watch out.
I was about to say, Chris Furlong does look a bit shady. Look, he wears a beanie 24/7. Where is he? Look. Wait a sec. We'll bring him back to you.
Yeah. He might be just saying that he might actually be saying that he's sick, and saying he's going to docs, and he might actually be going to Department of Corrections.
Oh, that's right. Well, that's right. Anyone that wears a yellow beanie all year round should be probably in jail. So
and orange sunglasses. Yes,
that's right. Yeah, well, that's good. Thought it was hearing aids. Well, that's right. She needs as much help as she can get.
Oh,
even though that I'm the one wearing AirPods.
Too much rock music in the 80s, I reckon. 70s and the 80s.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get my hearing back from the Kiss show a couple of weeks ago. So
yeah.
Hear you both fine. Well, that's fantastic.
Very good.
Good morning, Dean. How are you going?
Good morning, Dean.
Arkansas.
Well,
okay. Arkham Asylum. There you go. Look at that. Yeah, I was crazy. Yeah, so even Ken said I was right. There you go. Look.
There you go. So I must be right. Yes. Well, there you go.
There you go. Look, like I said, I'm going to have to do like a bit of a geography lesson. Maybe I'll just create a YouTube channel just dedicated of how many people I can insult in a week. And the long hair.
Yes.
Look, see, he's looking out. He knows the cops are after him now.
He's keeping his eyes out.
That's right. Us medical isn't much better than jail.
I think I think that's US medical isn't much better than jail.
Right. Well, yeah. Wait till you get my medical schemes.
Yeah, well, that'll be a bit of a worry.
Yes, that's right. Yeah.
Yes.
I think we have a pretty good healthcare system over here, but it's a little bit different. It's more or less government funded, but also has a private sector as well. But a little bit different. But I suppose my only exposure to the US health system is watching movies which probably overplay it and say how bad it is. But I don't know. But someone could correct me in the chat. Morning, Recommerce Dave. How you going?
Good morning, Dave.
Yes, and what were we talking about, Granny, before we got through the chat? Yeah, and before you ruined my day with this very subpar overlay or this underlay.
Well, I don't know. You were going to talk about the puppy dog,
Pippi. Oh, the Pippi, that's right. So,
Pippi. Hello, Pippi. Vintage Bonnie. Say hello to Vintage Bonnie first.
Hello, Vintage Bonnie. It's good to see you. And apologies for cutting you off. I thought I got on top of the chat, but I'm not very behind the ball today. So we recently discovered Pippi. She's a golden retriever puppy. She's owned by a fellow eBay reseller. I don't think she's in the YouTube space, but Pippi's got a bit of hip dysplasia, so she's looking down the barrel of a very, very expensive operation. So Granny reached out to the group that we're in and just asked if we could share it. So there's no obligation to to share or to donate. We just thought we'd assist because what we said previously is, we like helping out the community for good causes. Pippi looks like, it looks like she's got potential to be an evil dog. So, if you can donate, donate.
She's a rather sweet-looking dog.
Yeah, and there's also I haven't been through the GoFundMe link, but I will put up an eBay link for those in Australia later on. You can also the owner's actually got an eBay store that they sell dog advent calendars. So I'm not too sure if it's something similar to Chris Furlong's Backpack for Kids, that you get a dog a day in the advent calendar. It's what dog treats. Yeah. I'm not too sure, but there's also that way as well if you're that way inclined. But I've already put the stuff in the description box of the video. So if you're watching it post after we've gone live and after we've finished, and no doubt Granny's probably thrown me off the bridge with my concrete tentacles. You can go through that way if you want to donate to that.
Yeah. Good morning,
Jennifer.
Jen. How are you?
Going pretty good this morning. Have already photographed a bag of books. Oh, okay.
Wow.
Well, maybe you might have to
to
photograph more than just the bag. You might even have a better chance of selling them.
That's very, very good.
What books are you selling?
Who's that, Liz or me?
Liz, I don't care about you. But don't wait for Liz's response. We were waiting for 4 hours. These people aren't here watching us just waiting for bated breath.
Oh, dear. Because I was up so early, I, had my post and everything done really, really early. So, then I thought, well, what do I do? So I started having a bit of a clean up in my photo room. And it's probably a bit messier than it should be. So that's the job today in between, social media.
And filming. Yeah, geez.
Yes.
Is that before or after you invaded that poor Josh Galt?
It was after I started that. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Grady made me listen to, get up at 3 o'clock and listen to Josh Galt as well. And every second word that came out of his, like, please, Groppy Grady, leave me alone.
That's not true. That's not true. He was actually quite impressed with us because he was trying to explain to his listeners that, we do a reseller podcast, an Octopus and a Grumpy Granny, but he actually said we were quite intelligent, basically.
No, well, I have 9 brains, so that's what's going for me. But I don't know how you. Maybe you might be smart by association. I don't know. I haven't worked it out.
So but, I thought people might like to have a quick update for those that watched our podcast last week and were interested in how the, eBay store reset's going. So I just thought I wrote my figures down this morning because I thought people might be interested. So since the day I started, so these figures are from when I started till today, which is basically, what's the date today? The 16th. So that's about 18 days. And so I've compared it to that same 18 days prior to starting it, right? So my sales are up 30.6%. Then my impressions are up 74% with organic impressions up 48%, promoted are up 51%, and my page views are up 142%.
That's
so
good.
It's all good.
I'll give you a round of applause. There you go. Yeah. So I've also noticed an uptick. I haven't got Blake in here at the moment because Blake said he was off planting potatoes, but I reckon he's probably got a glue stick out and rubbed it across his face and rolling around on the barbershop floor at the moment. But yeah, he's also mentioned that he's had an uptick as well. I'm quite curious and meant to ask the chat earlier if anyone's actually, A, watched our previous video because I can't assume that everyone's watched it, and B, if they've actually, or even if they've even watched Hayfro Sells. I always get that stuffed up. And participated in the reset. I'll be quite curious to see what your experiences are because, like I said, I screwed up because Grumpy Granny harassed me. True story.
I get blamed. Yeah.
It was you, but I won't say it was my fault. But the thing with the matter is that if you're doing it, probably adopt the Tech and Styles method and just deprive yourself of any extra sensory things, like put your phones away, put every music off, and just concentrate purely on that. Because I was trying to do 6 things at once, and Grumpy Granny sent me an Instagram message, and lo and behold, I lost 100 listings because I deleted instead of selling similar. But nevertheless, I know what they are.
Yeah, and look, I will say that too. Like even like I generally will listen to stuff in the background while I'm working, but when I'm doing that, I actually turn everything off because you just need to sit there and do it. And the interesting thing I've found, because I've tried 2 variations. I've tried doing the full store reset, and I've also tried doing a partial store reset, like more often. So say doing 600 a day instead of doing thing. And with the 600 a day, there is a definite increase in everything, but not to the point that you get if you do a complete store reset for some reason.
Yeah, and I think Grumpy Granny and I were talking last night before, I had to dump her unceremoniously for my beloved Uncle Wayno because he rang at the same time. Quite a popular octopus. It's almost like a sugar hit that, it gives you store that really sugar high, then, it just kind of comes off like a sugar hit. It takes a couple of days. And, Hayfro, Jeff does hit the nail on the head. It normally falls about that 4-day mark. Like I mentioned in the podcast last week as well, if you've got a replenishable store, best not do it because your sales will actually go the opposite way. I found is that you'll actually screw it up, because if you've got hundreds and hundreds of quantity, you're better off having that sold that sold data in the back end, because that seems to push it up higher from what I've seen. So I've actually done the same thing on my other store that Granny did, was I actually compared for the previous 4 weeks to the 4 weeks that I tried it. It actually had probably less, favorable data, over that 4-week period that I had done the reset that I had previously. There's also all these different factors that you need to take into consideration as well. We are in Q4, quite a lackluster Q4 thus far, but still Q4. So that could be playing, with the data per se. So, it might even be worth, potentially looking at the data from maybe the May, April, next year, just to see how it compares. Because like I said, it's quite skewed and it's not a really clean experiment. But like I said, if you're that way inclined, you're more than welcome to try it. And like Graham said, he's deleted our store. Oh, hang on. I'm behind the chat again. He's deleted the whole store. But yeah, like I said, we only brought it to the attention of people because we thought it would be a disservice to try it and get the favourable results and not tell people about it. But we're very highly cautioned to say, you kind of do it at your own peril because of
exactly.
For case in point.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Wait,
exactly. So we're up to. So Lisa said, "You." Oh, hang on. Had a lab. Okay, dogs. My Mastiff mix has it well from her parents and grandparents. Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, I wonder if it's associated with like the larger dog breeds, because I know, I know German Shepherds can get it. Obviously Golden Retrievers, which I wasn't aware about either, but all those different things. But it's just unfortunate. So like I said, if you're able to help Pippi out, please do what you can. But if you can't, don't feel obliged. We're not pushing it. So we just thought we'd bring it to people's attention. Must have been one of my jokes. Oh, there's Mary. Oh, look at that. She doesn't like the cat after all. Maybe she's been wearing a cat mask the whole time.
Wow. Hello, Mary. We can actually see you now. That's good.
Yeah. Had a lab that had a surgery for hip dysplasia, and she came out good. Well, that's good.
That's good.
Yeah, so I didn't know how they'd actually do it. Like if it was, I'm not too sure what it entails, but it's quite expensive from over here, and I just said it'd be the same over there as well.
Yeah.
Hello, Netta DS, my favorite Nintendo system.
Good morning, Nana. Fellow Nana.
The guy needs to watch more of your podcasts. Who's that?
You do, Graham, do you?
I don't know. Well,
or Josh Galt needs to.
I was going to say, I think you're going to talk about Josh Hairy Tornado. Like we were just saying last week, there's an influx of Joshes going around on YouTube.
There is, isn't there?
I don't expect anyone to watch the podcast because I don't even watch it. It's almost an enlightening experience for me going through the comments, because people are saying, "Oh, I don't agree with what you said," and it's like, "Oh, I can't remember. I didn't edit it, so I don't."
I will tell you all a funny story, because that is actually quite true. Because after we do the recording, then Octo actually sends it to me, and I actually have to watch it to make sure there's no, areas where the sound drops out, or any major big dramas that we need to cut out of it. And then I tell him yay or nay, and then he gets it all organised to be uploaded, because he can't stand the sound of his own voice, apparently.
No, I don't like the sound of my own voice. I do like the sound of my own voice in the sense that I talk more than Granny does. But I can't stand listening back to it. So it gives me shingles down my tentacles.
Oh dear!
Make sure I say that right.
Yeah,
I took the sell similar advice from the auction professor like a year ago, but I ran out of listings because I'm a small store. Yeah, and like Graham said further down, is that in Australia we've got 250,000 listings. That's our base rate. So that's what the small store says. You don't get that off the bat. You need to. Your store needs to mature a little bit. But you're right. So you could burn through your listings quite quickly. And I think we did put that caveat in there saying that you need to be mindful of that and also be mindful if you advertise it into 2 categories. You'll also pay that reinsertion fee. I think it's 6 cents per listing for us. I'm not too sure what it is in the States.
Yeah.
My numbers are all in the red, so I'll be watching and giving it a crack. I might also mean I'm trying to sell crap. And that's right. Like I said, that I think that like I said in the video and what I've said to Granny since, is that the successive ones that you do, you get diminishing returns, but that may be because you are selling crap. Either. But yeah,
and I think that's one of the big takeaways I've had, in that I'm seeing a lot of stuff. Like, I had stuff here that I thought was good, that should have sold, and it was getting no attention whatsoever. That stuff is now sold. And, a lot of that stuff is now sold, and I'm really, it's great. And so I'm going to give it a go. I'm kind of thinking maybe 6 weeks, 8 weeks. And then what hasn't, out of that sort of time period, the older stuff, what hasn't actually sold by then, because I'm going to keep doing this store reset, what hasn't sold by then is obviously not going to sell for whatever reason, then it needs to go.
Yeah, and going further to what Granny was saying as well, I'm selling stuff that I've had for years, like that. Yeah, and I do agree with Jeff that it looks like it falls off the system. That even though, because Uncle Wayno was chatting to me yesterday, is that he prefers to do it because when he lists every 31 days, they just go back through the system. But what I find is that and especially by doing this thing, is that it pushes it right back to the top. If you search for something obscure, yours goes right back to the top as a new listing. So, and it comes down to luck. Obviously the person that's after that particular item needs to be on within that 24-hour window. But if you're doing it every 4 days, you're increasing your chances. So that's good.
Oh, definitely, for sure.
Yeah, but be very, very, very careful. Make sure, like you said, that reach out to Granny because she's doing a tutorial video on it.
Oh dear.
Yeah, I've been doing it in stages.
I could do a tutorial video on it very easily, but I don't want to cop the flack from people when they do it. Something goes wrong. Yeah,
we'll get a chase with a stick. That's right.
Yes.
I've been doing it in stages, anything over 12 months. Now each month at a time, been correcting listings and do the whole store at once. Yeah. So like I said to Granny, I don't know if my success was because that I had been going through the listings previously. Because like I said before, I was looking at those recommended listings. So I was opening them all up individually, changing the titles, rearranging the photos, and doing all those things. That was probably about a fortnight or a 4-week period, 3-week period before I actually started the reset. So that could have been a contributing factor for getting all those different things. But like Jeff and what we're saying as well is that every store is different, right? So, what you do to your store may have varying results of what you're seeing. But, everyone that I've spoken to has had favorable results. Blake, Grady, myself, and, talking to a couple of other people as well. But that's not across the board, though. So,
I mean, I haven't heard of anyone that I've had direct contact with that hasn't had good results, but there have been reports, like in the YouTube community, of a couple that hadn't had good results. I mean, and I guess if that's the case, you really have to start with basic things, like look at your prices, because your item might still be okay, you just might have it overpriced. Or your photos might be crap. So you need to fix those things first. And then if those things, if you've got a great listing and really good photos and your price is good and it's still not selling, then you've got to really look at either, put it up for auction and get rid of it, or, donate it back to the op shop, I guess.
Yeah, and the one good thing that I took away from Chris Lynn was donate it to a different op shop than you go to, so that you're not tempted to pick it up again. You're like, oh, that looks cool. I think I've seen one of those before.
Exactly.
So you're paying twice for the same mistake. Have a watch, Cindy, if you haven't already. Definitely have a watch of Hayfro Sells. There's a follow-up video that he did that he spoke a bit about black magic and witchcraft and voodoo and everything in between. I don't necessarily go down that garden path. So, but definitely subscribe to his channel if you haven't already done so, because it is quite knowledgeable. So it's good.
And if you're someone that really likes a lot of business talk and, the more in-depth stuff to do with eBay selling. Like Jeff's channel is really good for that. Hey Fro Sells, and also Josh Galt. Like I can recommend both those. And Flippin' Ain't Easy is another one. They're all very, very good. Hello, Texas Bandit.
Well,
I was talking to you this morning at 4:00 this morning.
I was going to say, Flippin' Ain't Easy's John. That's not Josh. We have to get rid of John out of the equation and bring in a lot of Josh and Harry Tornado. I'm gonna have a video one day, a podcast with all the Joshes on YouTube on here. I'm gonna collect the set. I'm impressed.
Well, I was actually just thinking then John, Josh, and Jeff, like starting to sound a bit like the what was that family?
The Three Stooges.
Had 18 kids and counting or something. They all had the same name, starting with the same letter.
I don't watch crap. Don't rub it in there. Well, that's what he exists for, Lisa. He just perpetually annoys people with his statement. So no, but Graham's good. Please harass Granny, Graham. Not me. So when's the step-by-step coming through, Granny?
Never. I'll go through step-by-step of something else, Graham, but not that.
Yes, but we're a bit hesitant. Yeah, and Jeff, we're not going to talk, step on his, I suppose, his tentacles. And, because he I'm pretty sure he goes through it step-by-step, doesn't he? Leah, so
he does. There are also written instructions as well in his description, I think, from memory.
Yeah, so have a chat to him. The only thing you need to do is when he says end and delete, he means end and sell similar. So and he corrects himself through the video, but just don't go as you go, because you're probably going to end up in a world of hurt before you get to the point where he corrects himself.
And my thought, I reckon you should watch it first and then go back and listen to it again while you're doing it. Like that's sort of the best way to do it. Yeah.
I can't comment on this one.
Does that mean Gigi loves the sound of her own voice? Oh,
I can't comment on it. Look.
Do you want me to sing for you?
Oh, God, no. Hang on. Wait a second. We're going through a tunnel.
Yeah, good on you.
It's a thing with larger dogs. The vet I was using at one point did an operation on a hunting dog where they cut off some of the hip ball instead of a replacement. Within 12 months was out hunting again. Oh, okay.
Wow.
I thought it's good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate thing. Like, well, hopefully that Pippi can, get on the way. I don't know how old Pippi is, and I don't know if it just affects young dogs or old dogs or anything along the lines of that. But yes, it's definitely not a thing that you want. Limits at 250 and max 500. Trying to get an increase, but no response yet.
Okay.
I don't know about you, Lisa, and how it works over there. One of the fellow Americans like Ken or the Texas Bandit or Mary might be able to give you more guidance. But we actually just jump on the customer service chat. We got like an online chat that we go through eBay. If you suck up to them, if you tell them they look nice, even though you can't see them, they'll pretty much do it if you want. And that's how I got an increase.
I hope you're having a really nice day.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, but I don't like ringing them because you can hear chickens in the background. So I don't know if I'm talking to Chris Furlong or someone somewhere else. So,
well, I had to ring them twice yesterday, and so the first time was to get a feedback. Where have you gone, Octo? Was to get a feedback removed because the person had accidentally clicked on neutral and didn't know how to fix it. So I got in contact with them. I thought the easiest way was just to ring, and I got quite a rude lady. And was told to go back and do it through the process of asking to have feedback removed. I actually got an email back this morning saying it has been removed, so that's really good. And then, I've got a problem. I can't access part of my dashboard, so I had to ring them about that. Well, that person was really lovely, and that's the trouble with when you ring them, you don't know who you're going to get, so you've got to if you get one that's not playing the game with you and giving you what you want, just, say, okay, thanks very much, and hang up, and then ring back, then ask for another call, because if you keep going, you'll get the nice one. That's what I reckon.
You finished talking yet?
Yeah, I have.
Well, the amount of flack that I cop when I fall asleep when you're talking, I just thought it'd be quicker for me to just take myself off and have a bit of a power nap where you're flapping your gums.
You're bloody full of it today, aren't you?
Yes, it could be the reason. Or it could have been that I was slipping in a Vicks vapor drop, so I got somewhat voice back for the podcast. all rappers love their voice. That's exactly right. So, not that I said that, because I don't want to be classed as a misogynist.
Yeah, well, that's right. That's right. And he let all the people in America know he's a misogynist too. Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
I'm going to be infamous for one thing or another. I can't stand listening to my own voice. When I work night shift, I'd have to record updates for the 120 residents for personal care workers. Okay.
Okay.
You might have been. In that case, you might have been working with Granny. She's a resident of somewhere. She's in a nursing home.
Yes, I am in the nursing home.
Hitting the cans early today. Well, that's right. That's exactly
right.
I
am.
Yeah.
But it's only,
she's got Southern Comfort in that.
No, only Pepsi Max at this stage of the day. Although as soon as I got up at 4 a.m.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, it's probably my body thinks it's about 1 o'clock, I think.
Oh, the story was quick this time. I'm going to call you Grandpa Simpson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually surprised because normally when I message Granny at like 11 a.m, she's not up yet. But yeah, she sent me a message at 5:30 this morning. I thought something must have happened. She'd fallen out of bed and broken a hip. Hey, Granny, sorry to hear Josh put you in the grave. Only lived to 80.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah.
Yeah, she's defying all odds. You're 99. It came out last
99.
night.
99. I am 99.
That's good.
Doing pretty well for 99, I reckon.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's right. You're hitting like Pre-Commerce Dane was saying. I can't pronounce it now. So when I try to pronounce Texas and Arkham, it's thrown me off from speaking. Arkansas. There you go.
Yeah.
Also, rearranging the title to show keywords to the left of the phone app seems to help in search. Oh, okay. I didn't really change the titles. I took out fluff pieces. I took out in jean listing. I took out cotton, all these different things, and replaced it with things that I didn't realize at the time. That they're actually, I've replaced cotton with denim or things like that. But I didn't move any of the keywords to the left. I just followed the tech and sport or daily refinement listing pattern per se. That seems to be working. But anything you can use to help you, and that's going to be the theme of our controversial podcast this afternoon, is that I'm going to try and piss off as many people as I can with the next episode. So there'll be Discord groups everywhere.
There will be. One caveat to that, I would say, with when you do the keywords, and I don't know what the American platforms like for that, but the one thing I have found is to get the algorithm to actually recognize the sizes when it comes to women's sizes, you actually do need to put size, write the word size before you write the size, because the tech and sports thing is not to do that. You just put men's or women's 36. And, and that's fine with the jeans and stuff, and if it's in inches, but if you've got actually a size, like say, instead of being 36 inches is actually a size 18, then you actually need to write size in front of it. Just saying.
She's off again. So I normally write, without going into a lesson of how to sell on eBay. I'll do jeans, AU/UK size 8, so UK/AU 8. W34 or whatever that works out to be the length that way. Aussie Pop and Paul, it's good to see you.
Good morning.
Pop and Paul is one of the only Australians that I haven't managed to piss off at this stage, and he runs his own YouTube channel as well. So
wow, okay.
I think you'll have to correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, and I'll get to your comment in 40 minutes because I'm that far behind the chat. I'm pretty sure it is Aussie Pop and Paul. So if you're into Funko Pops, Funko Soda, which I was previously, I've kind of moved out my Funko Soda collection. He's got his own little YouTube channel, nowhere near as aesthetically pleasing as Grumpy Granny or myself, but he tries. He's actually hit the 1,000 subscribers, Granny, and he hasn't hit the watch hours yet. So I've been trying to get my beloved Paul to do a live to get those little bit of extra watch hours, because I think he's about 200 behind at the moment. So if you are into Funko,
with a live stream.
Oh, well, that's right. That's what I was saying to him. I'm more than happy to, to jump on and help him out from that perspective. But I think he's a bit shy, but he's definitely good content. If you're into Funko Pops or Funko Sodas and all those different things, not so much a reseller. He does sell a bit of stuff, but more towards the collecting side. So if you want to know where all those different things, and more like, you could probably correct me if I'm wrong, Paul, but more the mystery box things where he because Funko Sodas, for the ones that haven't really looked at those, they're kind of like a blind bag. You're buying a figure that's got like a chance of a variant in there. So he does like a Funko Soda Saturday. So if you are slightly interested in Funko, please slither over to his channel, give him a subscribe, and help the poor guy out. Just put a couple of videos in the background and listen to his droning voice, just to help him get the watch hours up. So, no, definitely.
Look, you actually make him sound so enticing.
Well, that's right. Well, like I said, he's not as aesthetically pleasing octopus such as oneself, but no, he tries. But no, like I said, I quite enjoy watching his videos, and no, he definitely deserves to get monetized for all his efforts that he's been doing. So, like I said, one of the other people I haven't pissed off yet. So I'm running out of people. But yeah, that's all I'll say. But yeah.
Well, we need to, keep the ones that like us, keep them in, keep them liking us.
Oh, that's right. Well, that's right. Yeah. I did donate my mum's stuff, and a week later brought some back. Yeah. I've made the same mistake because Mrs. Octopus threw something out that I didn't know she threw out. Then I actually bought the same thing that she threw out. She was less than pleased that when I bought it. Glad that you made it this morning, tossing a rock into the gears to keep everyone on their toes.
Yes.
Well, I'm actually surprised, Texas Bandit. I was actually surprised that Granny was actually welcome somewhere.
Oh, that's enough of that. They like me.
Oh, I don't know if it's like. Morning backs. I was just trying to replicate $20 filler trolley. I fainted. I failed. Vinny's wouldn't do it for $20. Yeah.
Oh, bugger.
I'm surprised you get a pack of Tic Tacs in Vinny's for $20 these days.
Yeah.
I
definitely wasn't in a Vinny's store.
No, I was running this by Granny yesterday. I'm actually in the process of trying to do some negotiations with some people that either work at Vinny's or Salvo, so that we'll do probably a podcast with them. They'll have their camera off for obviously to keep their identity private, but I kind of want to ask them the hard-hitting questions because like their prices are a bit exorbitant. And I know there's a lot of other factors that go into it, like obviously rent and upkeeping the business. But I'd be quite curious to nail down either into a manager or a volunteer just to see what the reasoning is and where the inflation prices are coming from. So if that's something you're looking for, or something you'd like, let me know in the comment section below. And like I said, I think I've got a few people lined up at the moment. I've just got to convince them or kidnap them. Yeah.
And it's really hard. Like even the second shop that I went into yesterday, which was the Salvo's thrift store, and I mean, prices are generally cheaper in there, but they've gone recently from having books that were, like 50 cents for kids and $1 for adults. And now pretty much everything's $2, except there's a few that are 50 cents. Which are or $1, and they're always the ones that they think aren't worth anything, and they're the ones I try and get. But I just like I looked at the books there yesterday, and I thought, if they were $1, because there's some of them there were sets, that would do all right, and I thought to myself, if they were $1 each, I would have probably bought all of that shelf, and all of that shelf over the last month, and you just sort of think, I mean, what's the better model? Having that higher turnover with making a little bit less, but just having things turn over all the time. Those books have been sitting there for weeks and weeks and weeks.
Yeah, and I think it comes back to what we were talking about before, is that if they sell it too cheap, they'll quickly determine what the crap is in the store, right? Because like if everything's $1, then stuff's still left at the end of the day. There's a good chance it's probably crap and needs to go to landfill or be repurposed in other ways. But like I've said previously times, is that I don't mind paying up for things that I know that I can make a profit on. But I think where the issue lays is when they have a printed sheet from an eBay listing, not a sold listing, an eBay listing. In a very obscure Vinny's that has a population of 500, and saying that it's sold on eBay for $400. We're gonna list this thing. We'll price this thing at $400. No problem with that. Good luck to them. Obviously if they can get the $400 and go someone to a collector and they're happy and all these different things. But what they don't realize is their little town in Bumfudge, Idaho, that has 500 people to it. Is in contrast to eBay that has millions and millions and millions of daily buyers on the platform. But that's what they don't seem to get. So, like I said, I would love to get someone in here, obviously very anonymously, because I don't want to get anyone in trouble. But just to, it might even give us a different mindset to say, hey, well, we didn't look at it from this perspective. Like, I know that, obviously they're paying managers and they're paying, that support services, that they're doing all these different things. But like Granny was saying, is that if you make it to the point where it's affordable for those that need it, and also affordable for resellers to resell it if that's what they want to do, if it's their part of their business model.
Yeah.
I really can't see a downside.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, I'd like to get someone in just to clarify that point for me.
And like that, I look at that in comparison to the first shop that I went into yesterday, where I got the $20 for the bag full. And they quite often, as soon as they've got, what they consider too many clothes, they have a bag sale. And, sometimes they're having a bag sale constantly because they've got so much stuff coming in. And it's just great. And there's just such a high turnover of clothes. Like, I think it's been 2 weeks since I've been in there. And like all the clothing looked completely different to what was there last time. And I just reckon that's great.
Yeah, if they got the sourcing issue, obviously the donations out, don't nowhere come to the point where what they're selling is not being replenished. It's a bit different from that perspective. But the ones that I always find is that they've got months of backlog before they even get it on the shelf because they've got no room.
Yeah.
There you go, Granny. The family of 18 kids and counting live in Arkham Asylum, which probably makes sense. Opposite side of the state from me. There you go.
Yeah, well, there you go.
Zane Richardson,
G'day,
title on
Zane.
holiday in New Zealand from December the 20th to January the 10th, was looking to schedule 3 listings a day while I'm away to keep eBay looking active. Is it worth or wasting my time?
Worth it.
It can't hurt.
Yeah.
How many listings do you do a day anyway? Like if you only do 3 listings a day, it's not going to hurt. But if you do, I suppose, 50 listings a day and drop it to 3 listings a day. And you've also got the time away and all those different things because you're away for a considerable amount of time. You're away for 20 days. So you could potentially.
Yeah, my take on it is too, because I've had a couple of time aways recently. If you're doing nothing, it hurts more than if you're doing something, even if it's not much. So even if you can get up 1 listing a day. So my advice to you would be to schedule 1 listing a day for the whole time that you're away. And then if you're still got time to do more listings, then go back and put that extra 1 in each day and so on. And just keep doing that until you can build up to where you want to be while you're away. And the other thing too, the other thing too, which I had advice from before I did my time away, was not to do it so that you still can have sales. And that keeps it a little bit more active too.
Yeah, and you've got a lot of public holidays between that period, so it might even be a case of pushing out your postage and handling time to maybe 15 business days, which should cover that period. That mightn't hurt as much as actually putting in your store in time away mode. And I don't know what your daily sales are like. So if you get 3,000 sales a day, it might be best to just put time away mode on. If you're only getting a couple a day, it might be worth reaching out, saying, hey, Grumpy Granny, thank you for your purchase. Just letting you know that it'll be in accordance with what I said on eBay. It'll be posted out on the 11th of January when I'm back from a holiday or something along the lines of that. Because eBay will actually show you that the estimated date will be maybe the 20th of January or something along the lines of that. And like Granny was saying, don't put your store into time away without sales, because that's quite a sales-rich area for us, because obviously people getting Christmas money and all those different things, they'll be looking to spend it. So you don't really want to shortchange yourself in that respect.
Yeah, definitely.
Just invited to partake in eBay's international shipping program. Yay, me. we don't have an international shipping program over here. I think
we do not. Before, yeah, that is one thing we do not have.
I think they're doing. I tried the phone philosophy. Okay.
What's that, Rob? Do tell.
99 red balloons.
I think there might be a separate conversation going on here, Octo. I'm getting confused.
Well, it could be. Lunchtime beer and cocktails.
I was getting a bit confused with the conversation yesterday, and I actually asked, which I haven't done the batch yet.
It's Robbie Rotten.
And I didn't know. I picked it up yesterday. I had no idea what it was. Apparently he talks, but he must need new batteries. And they're all talking about this. What's the show called?
Lazy Town.
Yeah, so, Lazy Town.
I'm pretty sure those in the chat will, agree with me. Lazy Town was a really, really, really crap children's TV, but the only redeeming factor of that TV show was Robbie Rotten. He was the best character.
There you go. Oh, well, maybe he might end up being worth something, do you reckon?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. Well, unfortunately, the actor that played Robbie Rotten died of cancer, I believe. So,
okay. That's a bit sad.
Yeah, no, definitely. Like I said, that it was a kids show aimed probably at 4 or 5 years old.
Right.
But yeah, the only reason why I persevered was because of Robbie Rotten. So,
well, there you go. So
I tried
obviously,
the
what era is that? Because it's obviously well and truly after my kids.
probably 2000s, 2000, maybe
Yeah.
2005,
Okay.
10, 15, maybe around that period.
Obviously, it was between kids and grandkids, and that's why I'm not aware of
Yeah,
it.
so my kids were younger, so maybe 2010, around that period. But yeah, it's someone was on acid when they made that show. Put it that way.
I
There was
should,
no
'cause
shortage of LSD.
I have a lot of watch batteries here, so hopefully I will have similar batteries that I can try them out and see if he still talks.
That's right. Yeah, because
Hopefully.
it was a human character, but he had a lot of prosthetics on his face that made it look like it was plastic.
Right.
I had to try the image name change, but it made no difference. You'll have to explain, Maz. I don't know what you mean.
Image name change, but made no difference. No, I don't know that one. Do tell, Maz. Do tell.
What part of the customer service rep do we have? We don't have any customer service reps in Australia,
No.
other than potentially Chris Furlong with his chickens in the background. But this is going to sound culturally insensitive, but I think they're Philippines.
Yes,
I'm
I
not too
think so.
sure.
I do believe so.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I've been. I shouldn't say that. I've been led to believe. That's what I've been led to believe.
I think when we speak to people on the chat, they may be Indian, but I think when you actually speak to someone on the phone, they're from the Philippines. And they try and tell me they're from Melbourne or Melbourne or Sydney.
Yes.
Then I ask them what the weather is whilst I'm checking at the same time. They're like, "Oh, it's a very nice day here." Then you look at the weather forecast and it's like hailing or snowing.
Yeah.
So if you're that way inclined, you can work out where they are quite quickly because you look at the weather at the same time. Morning, Graham.
Good morning, Graham.
You, my voice is like angels singing. I don't know about that, Paul.
Oh, very nice. Yes, very nice.
Well, there you go. That's another reason you should slither over to Aussie Pop and Paul's. Not now. They're giving the pleasure of taking my audience away. But
no, don't do that.
But definitely, like I said, if you do like Funkos or even just and it's like I said before, it's also a perfect opportunity if you want to look into getting into that market as well. As much as Paul probably hates me saying this, is because a bit of research never hurts anyone.
Yeah.
Just after thoughts of giving family and friends a voucher of X% off your eBay store as a gift for Christmas, with something else as well. A bit tacky or good marketing.
Wow, good marketing. I mean, you give them an eBay gift card, but then they might spend it in someone else's store.
Well, that's right. No, what she's saying is she's going to give them a coupon to her store.
That's what I mean. Your alternative is a eBay gift card, but I wouldn't do that because that they could spend it anywhere, couldn't they? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a valid point. Yeah, but I don't know. It might be as corny as that Christmas movie that Mrs. Octopus made me watch last night. I think. Yeah,
it's a bit early to be watching Christmas movies.
I think our Stan subscription runs out, so she's trying to get a fill of Christmas movies before we go up to Netflix. Haven't pissed him off yet. Oh, I've been trying, Paul. There's no shortage of trying.
Yeah, give him time. Give him time.
Granny's been on my live the last 2 Fridays. She's been very talkative for sure. Yeah. I apologise in advance. I can't shut her up. I haven't worked out how to do it yet.
I don't know. Yeah. When we do the podcast, though, I know who talks the most.
Yeah, it's because I like the sound of my own voice. Paul.
Yeah.
Paul. It's Paul. Yeah. Mm-hmm. You must have a nice family.
I think that's for you, Octo.
No, I doubt that. Mrs. Octopus tortures me with Christmas movies. I'll just put one of your videos on the background, Paul. I'll help you try and get to your hours. That's right. Like I said to Paul, the live that I'm running today, I'll probably get about 300 watch hours out of it over the course of a couple of days. So he just needs to jump onto a live.
Yes.
And potentially put a bag over his head, and he's good to go. I love you, Paul. Before he comes and tries to murder me.
I will do the same once we finish here. I'll put one on and have it playing in the background. That'll get your hours up. Right. So
But like I said, I have a lot of respect for Paul. He's been slugging out for a very long time. So he's definitely deserves as much as he can get. So Grumpy Granny was another live this morning, and I missed it again. I'm really dropping. Well, if you're up at 4 a.m., you would have caught it.
Yeah, I wasn't on there physically. I was just in the chat of this one. So
yes. Yeah, she's trying to insult every Josh in the planet. She's already gone after Harry Tornado. She's gone after Josh Gold. Lots of Josh or
stalking Joshes.
Yeah, no, can't take them anywhere. Vinny's or Salvo staff interview would be interesting. Yeah, and like I said, I I've got one guy that I've got potentially in mind, but he's got a very distinctive voice. I'll leave it at that. So he might be a dead giveaway of who that might be. So I'm going to put my feelers out to someone with a generic voice.
Yeah, maybe we could find some. Perhaps you could put a scarf or something over the microphone. Muffle it a bit, change it a bit.
Yeah, instead of putting the camera off, we'll just fix their voice up.
Exactly.
Here's Uncle Wayno. Must have heard us talking about him.
Yeah, morning, Uncle Wayno.
Okay, fine. I don't know if you knew, but Grumpy Granny was on Uncle Wayno's movie battle channel last night. So
I was.
I voted this morning Uncle Wayno for list 8 because they were all crap. So, and I don't think Grumpy Granny understands what a chick flick is. Rocky Horror Picture Show is probably not a chick flick either. So
it is. It's the best one.
Went to Save the Children op shop recently. 20% above eBay prices, not sold comps. Best of luck with that. Yeah. I think that they must do it. They must try and work off their names because obviously Save the Children. It's like if you don't buy anything from us, you obviously don't like children and you don't want to save them. So it's definitely.
I find that the hard part because look, that's where I predominantly source my stuff. I'm quite happy to give them the money. Like I'm happy that I'm giving it to a charity, but I also am doing that as part of my business. So I can't, as much as I'm happy to give them the money, I can't give them money for stuff that is not worthwhile me getting to resell because it's too dear.
That's right. So I went to a Salvos yesterday, which I was quite friendly with previously, but I actually overheard them yesterday whinging about resellers and how they're ruining the store and all these different things. But
really,
it kind of put a bit of a sour taste in my mouth because they had like an RC car set, like remote control car set, and they wanted like $80 for it. This is ludicrous. And they got broken. They got Barbies that are broken with like arms and legs missing for $3 and all these different things. So I'm kind of thinking to myself, you definitely. I'm friendly with the others, but it's definitely the op shop price creeps happening across the board. But like I said, I don't think they'd ever watch that. But if they ever watched a video, and just
Robbie Rotten and my Barbie, which I have to clean up because she's been, someone's tried to put a bit of makeup on her. 50 cents each. You can't have. That's just fantastic. I mean, I've got to do a bit of work on Barbie. I think they charge $1 if it's a nice, if the Barbie's in good condition. But she's got a pretty Barbie dress and everything, so that's that's a bonus.
What I look from that perspective, right? Because I normally take one of the Octolings out with me. The 5-year-old, and I always promise her if she behaves and doesn't annoy me, I'll get her a toy. But to me, the op shops should be marking their toys at 50 cents to that dollar market. For kids to grab, and then not be a second thought of, if I can't afford this, I can't afford the doll kind of thing. It's really ludicrous. But
and I do have to say, my grandkids love going to the op shop with Granny, with Nanny, because I'm the same. I mean, it's my children go crook at me and say, they can't bring any more home. But, I say, well, you want me to look after them. So that's part of the trade-off, and I'm allowed to do whatever I want.
It sounds like I might be married to one of your kids. Mrs. Octopus is like, stop bringing crap home. Really depends on the area manager. I've seen Salvos change their prices upwards because of a new appointment. And that's what I think that's happening in this place. That all their clothes are reasonably priced, but I normally, slither into the toy section because I know a little bit about plush. So, some plush, stick out at me. And like I said, if I've got my youngest there, I'll grab her something, but not paying $3 for a broken Barbie. Unless she wants to do a size.
$3 for an octopus.
Well, that's right. Well, the $9 octopus was the other day. They weren't even $8. $8 I could understand.
Well, one of the shops down near me had wanted to sell me used one of these for $3. So let's see if I make him happy. He's nearly the same color.
So normally, if I see those in the op shop, I flip them around so they know that I've been in the store. I think an interview would be very informative, interesting, or revealing. Yeah, and like I said, I'm not going to make it like a witch hunting exercise where, because like more often than not, will probably be a volunteer that does it. So I want to kind of keep it respectful and obviously keep their identity hidden, all these different things. But I just really want to ask the very pointed questions, and just in a respectful way, just to see what we could do. It might be a case of just, how do you handle resellers? Are you happy for them to come to the counter and say, hey, I'm a reseller, what can we do, kind of thing? Or is that frowned upon? Or kind of get like a general consensus or a general feel of how that works in that particular store or across the board kind of thing. So,
yeah. And it also be, I mean, just knowing the whys would probably be helpful for us too, I think. Being more understanding of how they have,
Well, that's right, because I find a lot of channels whinge about, the op-shop prices or goodwill pricing and all those different things. But and this is pure ignorance. They may have had someone on previously, or that may have been rejected, but I don't really see a lot of them finding out why. They're just all assumptions and all those different things. So I find the One World the most expensive op shop. I've never been to that one.
I haven't been to that one, no.
Salvos are getting better with pricings at the one I visit. I've been picking up decent workout clothes for $2, so I'm happy. Yeah, and that's
good.
Like
that's good.
The one that I mentioned previously, that all their clothes are really, really well priced. But I hate clothes. I want to get out of clothes.
I can't complain really, because in the ones that are all around me, that the dearest I would pay for jeans, say, would be $6. There's one store that charges $6. But and it's funny because, they'll have a nice pair of, Gant jeans or something next to a pair of Anko. Well, they're both $6. So
for those in America, Anko's our Walmart home brand kind of no frills thing.
Mm-hmm.
I did write half an hour ago the eBay telephone roulette. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I said. We're half an hour behind everyone, so you might just have to keep putting your comments in the thing until we work out what's going on. I want to know what the thing is. In that case, I'd let them brag. I'd give them a nice coupon in their stocking. My family doesn't know where I live, so that's what I said at that.
Okay. Yeah. Oh.
So I watched that show. Are you talking about Lazy Town, or are you talking about AFO Sells? Robbie Rotten's the best.
Yeah.
I'd be quite curious to see what he's worth, because he's a very obscure character. I wouldn't think many of you very been made.
And I mean, well, it was just because there was a basket of stuff that they hadn't put out yet, and I happened to see this sitting in there, and I thought, that looks interesting. And I mean, a lot of these things, when you pick them up, you get a bit of a feel for what are good figures and what are crap. And I mean, I picked him up and he's heavy and, look good. I didn't realize that he was going to talk until someone told me, and then I realized he had batteries in the back. I was trying to see.
Let us know if you got an extra 50 minutes, everyone, so Granny can go through and try and replace the batteries.
I've got the batteries out. I've got the batteries out. I just need to find where I put the replacement ones.
Mum didn't mind watching the show either. Yeah, like the premises of the show that I hadn't realised, it was basically a show of, about this like Muppets kind of puppet kind of village kind of thing where they're all lazy, and this sports star called Spartacus came in and made them all exercise and be happy and all these different things. And Robbie Rotten was like the slapstick villain, that could never do anything right. So.
Right, okay.
Lifestyle Reseller was in the Southern Highlands the last few days, had an opportunity to op-shop pricing, only benefiting the middle class who've retired there, not the young people struggling with the cost of living. And that's right. It's the way it's going, Sam. Like, do you find that, I know you put on your stories on Instagram a few times about, a couple of the finds that you've found as well in the Canberra region. So it's like, and I think before I've said it as well, is that where I grew up, you're probably classed as a lower economic area now. And the op-shop prices are 4 times the amount that I pay here in Canberra. So it's kind of lucrative.
Yeah. It is.
It was whack. That's right. Yeah, I'm still coming off that LSD high of watching Lazy Town. Yeah, but the main character was not bad on the ice. Well, Granny might have to agree with that as well.
Wow.
Fair enough. Maz is back. Hey Fresh spoke about one of these videos. He spoke about changing the name of the first photo include keywords like brand, what the item is. So,
Oh, I see. Yeah, now I know. I get what you're saying.
It might have been the and I think we're 30 minutes to the minute for actually reading the last comment. And I think what it was, Maz, is that's might have been the video that we're referring to with the voodoo and the all the different things that you're saying. Yeah.
Let's see how many strange things there are that people say that you can do to, get your store moving. Yeah.
It came a bit like not conspiracy, superstition when I was listening to that video. So like I've got nothing against Jeff, and it's fantastic what he's done. Don't necessarily. I'm not going to that extreme. You're not going to find a podcast of me, doing different sacrifices trying to the eBay gods. Put it that way. Hey, Sagan, how you going, mate?
Good morning.
What you forgot his exclamation marks? You always need the exclamation marks. Don't leave home without them.
Yes.
I've done the store reset 4 times. Didn't receive more offers suggestions. Yeah, and like I said, I think the first night that after I did it, when I woke up in the morning and slithered out of the Octo tank, I had about 65 to 75 offers that I could send out the first time. And like I said, it diminishes over time every subsequent reset. But it was definitely interesting and definitely eye-opening to see that. 51 in the chat must be using Grumpy Granny's Excel formula to count that.
I think you subscribe and like.
I think that might be a reference to one of your daily nugget videos that I haven't watched yet, Grumpy.
Oh, look, I keep stuffing up how to do the ROI, and Rob's trying to help me out with it, but I haven't gone back and fixed it yet. Oh no, I think I did. But there's actually a couple of ways of calculating the ROI. So,
Uncle Wayno is trying to work out how Alien 3 is still a chick flick.
One flew over.
Who was that? Was that your choice, Wayno, or was that Leanne's?
No, it was one of my ones that didn't get on there that I would have put on. That I would have if I had had to use it.
Yeah, well, she did mention to me that she put American Horror Story on as a chick flick as well, Wayno. So anyone's guess.
I think Uncle Wayno had that on his list.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Well, here we go. We've got another J friend now. We've got Josh, John, Jenna. Who was it? Jeff. That was the other one.
More J's. My goodness me.
That's right. We're just saying that Jenna, that Grumpy Granny woke up at stupid o'clock this morning to harass that poor Josh Goltz. So, apologise to John in advance for us. Remember to hit the like and subscribe. Yeah. And unsubscribe to Granny's chat because I don't like... There's inference made the other day that we're going to do a joint 3.5 minute rap video as she got to 1,000 subscribers. I'm doing everything in my power not to happen. So make sure you press the unsubscribe button on her channel. Where are we? On her channel. There we go.
Yeah, and you know whose idea it was? I didn't know about it. Hang on. I didn't know about it.
It was Shane's fault. It's all Shane's fault.
I didn't know about it, and I went into the live later on. I was in the live, and then I thought, I'll go back afterwards and watch what I missed at the start because Octo had already been in there. And here he is spruiking off how we're going to make this rap video.
No, it wasn't me. It was Shane. You misinterpreted what I said. Everyone did. It's obviously come through the microphone different than what I was saying.
Hello, Shane.
Simone, if people had a Chromecast or similar to the TV, they can run the YouTube without the TV actually being on. Oh, okay, there you go. I'll have to one way of getting Grumpy Granny's videos without having to persevere through them. Yeah. Just go to the channel and play all and let it run. Great for small channels. Oh, there you go. There you go. If you're that way inclined, like I said, that if you want to help out Aussie Pop and Paul, please do so if you're able to, because he's threatening me. So he's going to come and grill the barbecue apparently.
Yeah, I was going to say, I think my the Telstra TV won't. I think because if the TV's off, it will automatically cut off. But then it might only do that once it's finished. Don't know. Might have to look into that.
Yeah. My beloved Roman's in the house. It's time for the Sharks to catch the Octopus. Hello, everyone. Hey, I'm
morning, Roman.
Roman, I'm the only thing that's standing between you and Grumpy Granny. She's telling me off air that she's quite infatuated with your accent, mate. So be careful if I was you.
Yes, I love a nice accent.
Oh, we're just going through 400 comments and saying hello to each other. Op shops just don't understand they have a customer base reach that resellers have, charging more than new retail price for Kmart closes. That 100% agree, and that's why I want to get someone on from the thrifting or the op shop, side, just to put these questions to them and just say, hey, look, would
Yeah.
or even hey, is there some backwater deals that Granny and I can do?
Yeah,
Just come in
yeah,
after dark kind of thing. But yeah, no,
yeah,
it's definitely something that needs to be brought up.
yeah. And
Invest
like,
in
so, I mean, the op shop that I went to first that I got the $20 deal from, like, I know full well, and I thought about it yesterday. I thought, you're an idiot, because they seem to have
I've
lots
been
of
telling you this for
jeans.
years.
I think they seem to have lots of jeans yesterday, much better jeans. And I thought to myself, like, it's, I don't know, it worked out at cents in the, 10 cents a piece or whatever it may have worked out to be. I should have said to them, if you put all the jeans aside, I'll pay you $1 a piece.
Yeah.
And like, and I'll have to take the crap ones as well, but then I can get rid of them later on. Yeah, and I was kicking myself when I got home that I hadn't done that because I thought of it on the drive home. So I am going to go back, but that's an independent store, so it's not part of a chain or anything. And it would be good to know whether you can actually go in and make a deal like that with one of the chains. Is
So
that a possibility?
for anyone that fell asleep through Granny's rant just then, the TLDR is that she's an idiot. That's what I took away. Is that what it was, Granny?
That's not nice.
But you said it yourself. You said I'm an idiot. No,
No.
but yeah, no, you're right, Granny. That's what I want to try myself, is to actually see if you can buy a pallet of jeans for maybe $1 a piece or something like that. Just to, unsorted jeans. Not I don't want their anchor a pallet full of their anchor or their disuse pile or discard pile. So
Yeah.
And that's something that like I said, I'll ask on the podcast as well, so that information's out there, and obviously work out from that perspective as well.
Yeah.
Because everyone sells something different. Even if we buy a pallet of jeans ourselves, it's very unlikely that the same sizes and the same type of jeans are going to be in there. So you're not really going to be cutting anyone's toenails getting in there. Enco is spelled exotically. It must be worth a fortune. I think you hit the nail on the head there.
The shame of it is their denim's actually not too bad. The quality of their denim's actually quite good. But it's got that terrible tag on it, hasn't it?
I actually seen something that was cut off the other day, and I suspect it was an Enco tag. One thing I know for sure, if I walk into the Goodwill wearing an Octopus costume, most likely they will let me in the shop. Yeah, well, that's right. Well, they quite like the only disapproving look that I normally get is when I leave a bit of a seawater trail behind me. But I'm toilet trained Octopus, so I make sure I don't ink in the store. So, unless they scare me. So,
I don't think I've changed the batteries, but he doesn't talk. But then I don't actually know how to turn him on either.
So his back or his foot.
Trying to press his head, but there doesn't seem to be. Anyway,
I'm pretty sure. I was going to say, make sure you keep us updated because we're all waiting for beta breath. We'll just, everyone just stay here for an extra 15 minutes. We'll just look in silence as Grumpy Granny plays with a toy.
No, I'll look it up and I will report back when we do the podcast.
$6 jeans would be heaven in Sydney and snapped up by the trolley load. Yeah, I'd normally pay $7. And like I was saying to Granny the other day, if they know the brand, it normally goes up to about $12 a pair, but they don't know half the jean brands. Like they'd probably mark up Enco before they marked up anything worthwhile down here. So, like the more you do get a lot of the crap obscure ones, but a lot of the named brands that I'm going to say the older demographic of the op shop ladies don't know about. They're the ones I pick up for $7 a pair. So
and that's it. And I guess it is. I am really lucky in the sense that the majority of there's only one that I can think of that actually will price the brands up. What they consider a better brand, they'll price them up a bit higher. But all the other op shops around me have a straight price. So you go in there and there's one town over, everything's $3 basically. Another one that's $2, everything. That's one of my favorite honey holes. Just a shame it's a 2-hour drive. And I've got a couple just down the road there, and I think their pants are $4, I think, and like shirts might be $3. Like, so you can get stuff really, really cheap. Yeah.
And when Grumpy Granny says down the road, it's a 50-minute drive one way.
Well, when you live in the bush, you've got to drive places.
Yeah, and like Aussie, what Graham's saying as well, you buy a little bag of op shops for $3, and ours are $10, and they're just pretty much crap. But I stumbled across a bag of Paw Patrol puppy toys yesterday for $10 a bag and snapped them up pretty quickly because they've got a lot of sold comps for $15 or $20 for a figure. So definitely it's good to know, like Tech says, that do your research before you go. Don't go shopping on an empty stomach. Hit the like button, or like I said, or subscribe, because
subscribe,
like I said in the previous video, I don't know if Blake's here yet or he's still planting potatoes, but like I said, if I get to pass Granny's subscriber count by the end of the month, I'll donate $250 to Blake's Movember men's health plight. It's probably going towards his moustache transplant, but hey, what can you do?
Poor Blake.
That's right. Please hit the like button so all United States get a sale.
That's right.
That's trademarked. I was going to say that's trademarked to Jenna and John. I don't want them chasing me.
Yeah,
they got more money. I've put all my money into the world domination aspiration, so I don't have anything left for legal things.
I'd just like to know what you have to do that to get that to happen. It'd be good.
Well, you have to watch Flippin' Ain't Easy's channel, because
I do watch it, but I want to know how they managed to make that happen. Yeah,
I don't know. It's probably they've probably got the call center on the background. I wonder if there's a future to do more and more online selling. I see that they've online stores now. I'm not sure how long they've been doing this. I think they've been doing it for a little bit, but I don't think they're successful, because it's the same issue that we would have if we opened the store up. They just have the traffic going there. And a lot of their stuff that's sold as is, and the photos are abysmal. Because, it's like, hey, look, like, for example, a Game Boy, and it's a box of a picture of a box, and you're kind of like, well, is there a Game Boy in the box? Is there, what's wrong with the Game Boy? Is it's not working? All these different things. So, like I said, and they don't have the same protections as eBay. So people would probably be happy to spend the same amount or a little bit more on eBay and have the same protections without having to deal with salvos and all those different things. Appreciate you watching. I was going to ask you, Shane, did your wife spend a gift card yet? I was watching Josh's video right now. Worth a try. Sam, you're somewhat smarter than Grumpy Granny. I won't go as far as to say you're smarter than me with my 9 braids, but like, I suppose my stance is right. Like, I wouldn't recommend it for everyone, just by virtue of how complicated it can be, especially if you're a new reseller or you're not technically advanced. That's not to say anyone's not saying you're unintelligent or you're not smart if you know how to do it. But if you've got a store that has 250,000 listings, what does it hurt to do? Especially if it generates sales and all those different things. Thanks for sharing. More than me, 0 today. Oh, okay, that's unfortunate. Oh. Roman's off laughing at his own jokes again.
We call that a donut day.
Poor Josh. Well, I've been saying that to myself for a very long time, Jenna. That's a hint. That's a hint if you ever wanted one.
Yeah.
Josh and John recording the eBay Power Hour right now. Yeah, right now for Saturday.
Okay, cool.
Okay. Well, that's good. Good. Give them some feedback. I quite enjoy their podcast. The Cry Love was a bit dry, but I do enjoy their videos. Their podcast. But the eBay Power Hour, which is there, so no, it's definitely it's more analytical. Josh is quite straight laced, so I don't think he's a good replacement for Granny's humor, but it's good. Like I said, they go into a bit heavy sometimes, but if you're analytically lined, you probably like it. So. Appreciate both of you coming on my show on Monday. So much fun. Oh, well, I was the highlight, Shane. You don't have to say it for Granny.
Oh, please.
Thanks for the shout out. If my views don't increase, I'm having Octopus on the barbecue this weekend.
Yeah.
I know where you live.
Mary, where's Mary?
I was going to say, Paul lives in Victoria somewhere, so I'm going to start taking people out. I'm going to start kidnapping hostages until I find him. You love Granny. Well, someone has to. Remember, I've told you this before. I'll put Aussie Poppin' Paul's YouTube channel in the description, just because I don't want to put on a barbecue. But like I said, if you are inclined, or if you like, like someone, I can't remember who it was, I apologise in advance, but like they were saying, if you've got a Chromecast and you can play it in the background, just help him out that way, because it needs about 6,000 watch hours, I think.
6,000.
I wore an octopus costume today to the thrift store. They called me animal control and transported me to the lake. Well, that's the risk you take, Roman. Yeah, you have to be a real octopus, mate. You have to be a real octopus. Oh, Chris is in. Hello, Chris. How you going?
G'day, Chris.
Oh, geez, this keeps scrolling. I'm going to be here for 4 hours. We'd have to slice this episode in half and make it the podcast.
That's exactly right. Yeah, we won't. Yeah, we'll still be doing this all day.
That's right. I like it when Octo regales us with the tales of the struggles of being a reselling octopus in a human-dominated world. Well, that's right. It's going to be. No, you'll be all telling me about your struggles as human octopuses, humans resellers in an octopus world soon enough. So,
yes, yeah.
Back in the 90s, they did a study.
Keep threatening that.
Yeah. Try brand names and cheap jeans. They took the label off most of the cheap jeans. Yeah. I could understand that. Pretty sure Robbie Rotten's talk box is in his head. She'll start banging him against the table in a minute. She'll do the typical old lady thing. She'll be like this.
Yeah, I was kind of feeling like if you pressed his head down, maybe it would happen. But
don't break him. You leave my beloved Robbie Rotten alone.
I'm just pressing it in a little bit.
I'm just twisting him around. I'm thinking if he's an owl. He's probably a collectible even if he doesn't talk. Yeah, and I do think he'd be I've never ever seen a Robbie Rotten toy. He'd probably Diary of a Flipper might be able to steer you that way, Granny.
Yeah, he might be able to help me out.
I definitely do think it wouldn't have been mass produced, put it that way.
Yeah.
Listing and listening 5 to know. Well, that's good.
So perhaps I won't undo all the screws and take his back off to see what's wrong with him.
No, that's right. ADHD fixed. How did dissatisfied Granny and unpleased octopus?
Hello,
Dave, I have a question for you while you're here before you slither off. What's your movie channel? Uncle Wayno's in the chat. I was going to ask you, but I was looking for your movie channel, your movie review channel that you do with Carrie. Can you let me know in the chat?
Yeah, you and Wayno should get together. Hello, fellow ADHD sufferer or
it's a secret
person. Yeah, it's a secret.
She did. She's got some Michael Kors sunglasses. That's good. I don't know who Michael Kors is, but apparently he sounds impressive.
Yeah, over in America they do sunglasses and handbags and stuff like that. I quite often see them get.
That's good. Hey, Dave. Everyone's saying hello to Dave again. It's good to have you in. Oh, everyone's Roman. It's a contest between who's more popular, Roman or Dave. Chris has got the back. I'm walking normal, unfortunately. That's what I told you. You need to. It's a prime time to take over, Chris. If no one else is there, just tell them that you're the new boss and go home.
Yeah, exactly.
Welcome to the jungle. Well, it's more of an ocean, Chris. I figured out wearing a squid costume wouldn't get me copyright strike from you.
And we've even got water today. Like, that's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Well, you can't really see it at the bottom of it, but there's a lot of water down there. Grumpy Granny's been doing her subpar.
I will fix it.
Well, you better. Like, the people expect better, Granny. Sort it out. Every once in a while, I'll get Josh to laugh. Well, that's a rare occurrence. I got my first 100. Congratulations!
Well done. Yeah. Well done. You've had a lot this week then, because you didn't have that many when I subscribed to you. So that's great.
I'm hoping to get my first 100 subscribers this week as well. But yeah, put your channel in the chat below. How would you pronounce your last name? I can only pronounce Texas.
Bonnie. It's Vintage Bonnie. Yeah.
Okay, there you go. Yeah, put your name down. Put your channel in there.
You can just click on her little face thingy, and it'll take you to her.
Oh, there you go. There you go. We'll have no one left in the channel now in the show.
No, don't do it right now. Right click on it and open up in a new tab. That's what I usually do.
Everyone's congratulating you. She's trying to take Dave's limelight.
Yeah.
You mean the white van is hitting the road again? It's Figsy's still inside. Well, he might actually be. He's got a bit of Stockholm syndrome at the moment. He's actually driving it. Yeah, we got rid of Blake. He talks too much. He eats too much.
He's turned into Paddy Hurst.
That's right. Starting questions. I'll be finishing soon. I don't know. Well, I've had 2 Vicks vapor drops today. My voice is holding out. Yes, that's exactly right.
I will, Graham, but I won't do it right now because then I wouldn't actually be able to talk to you guys, would I?
Well, how good would that be? I don't know. Like, if you haven't worked out, I've got 3 hours of Grumpy Granny this afternoon as well. So yeah, you're all getting off light. You've got it for 2 hours. I get it for 3 hours or 5 hours.
And just remember, I've been annoying him since 5:30 this morning.
Okay, Robbie Rotten isn't that impressive
in one
for a
form
9.
or another.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm surprised by that. Robbie
Oh.
Rotten's not that impressive, but might be just something. Like I said, I wouldn't have thought it would have been an obscure character.
Are there many listed on eBay? Do tell. Seeing as you're having a look.
Oh, cool. There we go. His movie channel's called AI Picks Podcast. Wayno, if you're in the chat, mate, that's what it's called.
Oh, yes, that's right, because you're going to get the AI to choose the movie.
Yeah, so I went looking for AI movie channel yesterday, and I knew it was AI, but I couldn't remember what it was called. But
yeah, I couldn't either. I was looking up the wrong thing.
Yeah. It took 3 goes to get copy photos from the camera memory card to the computer. Couldn't work out why they were all being selected by the shift key. Turns out the keyboard was off.
No. Yeah. Modern technology.
That's right.
My keyboard's that old, you don't have to turn it on or off.
That's right. I just use the old typewriter. I'm streaming to you right now from an old typewriter. As you can hear the clunking of the keys. There's YouTube showing how they work. Okay, well, that's good.
Yeah. I have an old typewriter, a very, very old typewriter, and the brand on it is Corona. But it did. I thought it would have become really popular, but it didn't for some reason.
No. Not after 9 Coronas either.
Yeah, no.
That's good. Yeah.
But have we caught up?
We've caught up. Yeah, it's like it's come to the stunted silence. Oh, hang on. You push your head down.
Right. Yeah, no, nothing's happening.
You might have had some water in his voice box. Yeah, I'm actually quite surprised by the Robbie Rotten not going for very much. Maybe everyone hated the show as much as I did.
Perhaps so. But now I'm going to have to look it up now to see what it was. Anyway, now because I've never ever seen him before.
He almost looks identical to that on the show. He's got that plasticky look to him.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, he's got that like over exaggerated chin and all those different things as well. So
kind of reminded me a little bit of Jim Carrey, really.
They probably might have been based on it as well. 35 granny, a 35 to 45. Someone in the States have 212. There we go. Sell it to the States.
That's okay. Yeah, 50 cents into $35 or more. That's pretty good, I reckon.
Well, Chris is still here at work. He hasn't gone home in the last 3 minutes after we spoke to him last. There's 3 figures. Oh, okay. Google Lens. Yeah.
How many sold? Are there any sold?
Yeah. What it was AI Picks Podcast, Wayno? Yeah. I don't know, Randy. Have you had enough of these people yet? Have you had enough of the...
Yeah, well, we better have some sort of a break so that, so we can have food and water and all that sort of stuff between now and when we do the podcast.
That's right. Well, I need to put some decorations behind me as well. Make it jazz it up.
And I have to put my hair rollers in. So there goes half an hour.
Might slither up to the corner store and get some bread, some ham. Just insult more people. But anyway, well, I'll give you a 3 minute or 2 minutes to put any questions left in the chat that you may have and slither out. So it's a $33 average sold price. Well, it was pretty good for 50 cents. Right. Yeah,
29 sold. Geez, it's got a good sell through then.
Yeah, no, it's right.
If there's only 3 listed and there's 29 sold, that's good.
But that's over Terapeak might be over the course of 2 years. But no, it's definitely a fun life. That's enough out of you, Paul. You're threatening to put me on a barbecue. Keep an eye out for white vans, Paul.
Yes. Barbecue.
I told an octopus that I could go home, but they didn't. Well, obviously you didn't tell them it was the disgruntled octopus. Yes, they would have changed their mind quick tonight.
You've got to be very specific.
Well, there's another competing person that has a thing that might help you with that.
You maybe you need quiet to do your listings.
Yeah, but that's enough of that, Grady. Well, I can assure you that we get less done. At least you can do things in the background. We can't. Like, I'm all tentacles when it comes to trying to do 3 things at once. Yours doesn't speak, so you can always record your own and scare the little keys. Well, that's exactly right. Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe I could record a little rap song in it. Or something.
Oh God, don't get me started. Well, that's good, Mary. I'm glad you enjoyed. Lazy talking Spartacus video on YouTube. There you go.
Okay.
Oh,
Cool.
Spartacus. That makes more sense than Spartacus. I always thought his name.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. They've been selling in November, just not for very high dollars. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's a lot of better in lots of characters. Yeah, I understand.
Okay.
I'd even buy Robbie Rotten just for himself for the
Mm.
villain collection that I've just now started.
I mean, there was nothing else to go with him, so it was only just him on his own.
Yeah.
So he'll just have to be on his own.
That's right. Well, I think time's up. There's no other questions, but we'll have to say goodbye to everyone. So everyone, have a good week. We'll see you again next week. Thank you for stopping by, and don't forget to check out Aussie Pop and Paul, because you know that you've got nothing better to do with the rest of your day now that we're Grumpy Garrity and I have slithered off. But anyway, thank you very much.
To play in the background.
That's right. We'll see you next time. Bye.